WCCB News at 10 with Morgan Fogarty and Will Kennedy starts now on Charlotte CW.
As soon as I got out the truck, he just clobbered me. I don't know what his problem was. But
tonight, the victim of an apparent road rage attack in uptown Charlotte is speaking out. CPD has not found the driver who left that man unconscious on the side of 5th Street.
His family is hoping more witnesses will step forward to help police. WCCB Charlotte's Marvin Beach is live in uptown Charlotte tonight with new information. Marvin?
Morgan, the victim is out of the hospital tonight and back home near Columbia, South Carolina. That's where we talked with him here today. Now, he tells me he and his fiance were here in Charlotte when they just got a little bit confused with this one-way street here behind me.
we just got kind of turned around. That's why I say we're not real familiar with Charlotte.
Russell Carlisle says a wrong turn down a one-way street Saturday night ended with a confrontation that left him in the hospital.
4 broke ribs. My neck hurts. I mean, you can see my eye.
Carlisle shows me where an angry driver punched him, knocking him to the ground and leaving him with a concussion. His fiancée turned the wrong way on 5th Street in uptown Charlotte, almost hitting a black Chevy. Cell phone video shows Carlisle lying on the side of the road as the suspect drives off.
I had no clue that's what he was going to do, or I would have never got out the truck.
Carlisle tells me he still doesn't understand why that driver got so angry.
Everybody makes mistakes. I mean, nobody's perfect, and I mean, I didn't think it was that big a deal.
Police have not made an arrest and would not say if they were able to get a license plate number from the black Chevy, despite several witnesses being close by.
From what I heard, there was, 15, 20 people standing around there that saw what was going on. I don't know. Hopefully somebody will come forward.
Now, anyone with information in this case is asked to call Crime Stoppers. Now, Carlisle's family has started a GoFundMe page to help pay for medical expenses. I put a link to that under this story at WCCBCharlotte.com. Morgan?
Marvin Beach reporting live in uptown Charlotte tonight. Marvin, thank you.
Storms moving out of the area tonight, but we're tracking another chance of rain tomorrow, along with some cooler temperatures. I am here with meteorologist Michelle Rotella in for Greg tonight. Warm out there today, and we get a kind of nice break for April coming up tomorrow.
I mean, it was 85 today, and you felt that all the sunshine, but we are tracking the showers. Let's take a look right now, the last few hours. Not much for storms, and with the temperatures cooling after some of the rain showers have passed through, I don't think we'll see a threat for stormy weather, but the chance for showers, that is going to stick around. I want to show you right now, just around Statesville, so Iredell County, you're starting to see a few heavy downpours move across the area. A little bit of some lightning associated with that, but not too much there. And then just out to the west there, just to the south and east of Little River, a nice pocket there, a nice downpour going on. This is what we're going to be seeing throughout the overnight hours, and then maybe a transition into some light drizzle by the time that you wake up for Tuesday morning. Now, as far as sunshine is concerned, we will not be seeing much of it. In fact, the clouds are going to help us stay on the mild side for tonight. We'll talk more about when the wet weather will finally end coming up here in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Michelle. Remember, you can track any rain in your neighborhood with our interactive radar. Look for that under the weather tab on WCCBCharlotte.com. Meteorologist Caitlin Cody will have your updated forecast on the 4s tomorrow on Rising from 4:30 until 9 a.m.
Tonight, there is a $50,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of an Ohio man wanted for committing a murder and posting video of that crime on Facebook. 37-year-old Steve Stevens is accused of shooting a man in Cleveland on Sunday. The victim, 74-year-old Robert Godwin Sr., had been picking up aluminum cans in a park before he was killed. Stevens indicated he was having an issue with his girlfriend before he decided to randomly kill Godwin. Stevens' cell phone last pinged in Pennsylvania, about 100 miles east of Cleveland. There is a Carolina connection to this horrible murder. One of the victim's 14 grandchildren attends North Carolina A&T State University in Greensboro. Ryan Godwin's friends and fraternity brothers held a vigil today to show support for their family. The man uploaded that video of the murder to Facebook, as we mentioned, and then went on Facebook Live to talk about the killing. Social media, again, under the microscope tonight. On the Edge, is social media primarily good or primarily bad? Tweet me at Morgan Fogarty, and we could use your comments on air at 10:30.
Surveillance video shows a violent attack in a Bessemer City park tonight. Police have warrants for the arrest of two men seen kicking and punching a teen on a basketball court. One of those men has an assault rifle. This happened on February 20th. You can see about a dozen people scatter when the suspects run onto the court with the gun. These are previous mug shots of Daquan McMiller and Michael Meeks III. Once arrested, they will be charged with malicious secret assault and felony conspiracy. Both men have Gastonia addresses, but police say they may live in Charlotte.
Crime concerns tonight at an East Charlotte apartment complex. An unsolved murder, a carjacking in the parking lot, and a mother who says she woke up to a man climbing into her bedroom. Neighbors are asking for more police patrols. WCCB Charlotte's Courtney Francisco is live outside that complex with new information tonight. Courtney?
Morgan, I'm here outside the Teal Point apartment complex and the Greenbrier complex. In the first 2 weeks of this month, they've dealt with that murder, break-ins, a woman held at gunpoint. I spoke with the latest victims who broke down crying.
She feels sad.
A mother fears for her children's safety after waking up to a man trying to climb through her cracked window Saturday morning as she slept with her 4 children. Her son translates. The man ran off when the mother woke up.
She didn't know what to do to defend her kids.
30 minutes earlier, a woman says 4 men held her at gunpoint and stole her SUV. They're the latest victims at the Teal Point Drive apartments and the Greenbrier apartments next door.
This is new.
This mom asked that we hide her face, fearing she might become a target.
I think about my kids first thing, you know, people breaking in and houses, and I'm a single parent, so.
CMPD investigated 21 crimes in the past 2 months at these complexes off Sharon Amity near Central Avenue. The city's 26th homicide this year happened at the Greenbrier. 19-year-old Kevin Marquez shot and killed. I asked the complex employees, no security upgrades on their end.
If you're used to it and stuff like that in the crime rate and area, you kind of used to it and stuff like that. So just know that people won't try you.
This mother has boarded her window, installed an alarm. Fingerprint dust, a reminder that police still have not caught the man who tried to break in.
She doesn't feel safe here.
And CMPD says it has increased patrols. We just saw a police cruiser driving through the complex less than an hour ago. Officers say avoid walking alone at night here. Reporting live in East Charlotte, Courtney Francisco, WCCB News.
North Korea's ambassador to the United Nations warns nuclear war could break out at any moment. Today, he condemned U.S. military action in Syria and presented war scenarios. Meanwhile, Vice President Mike Pence toured the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea. Pence says the Trump White House may not show the restraint of past administrations.
Over the past 18 months, North Korea has conducted 2 unlawful nuclear tests and an unprecedented number of ballistic missile tests, even conducting a failed missile launch as I traveled here for this visit. The era of strategic patience is over.
The White House says it will not draw any red lines for North Korea to keep the regime wondering what a U.S. response could be.
Tonight, close friends and family held a closed vigil for a Salisbury family killed in a crash in West Virginia. David and Christine Gilly and their 2 children, Jack and Grace, died when a semi slammed into their minivan. People released balloons outside Salisbury Academy tonight, where Grace went to school. That crash happened Thursday on I-77 in Mercer County. The truck flipped over and caught fire. At last check, that truck driver was still in the hospital.
A Gardner-Webb University student facing a deportation hearing this week will not be kicked out of the country after all. This is an update to a story first on WCCB Charlotte last week. Stephanie Flores got a letter in the mail from the Department of Homeland Security saying she would be sent back to Honduras. Flores moved to the U.S. when she was 7. Today, officials confirmed she is legally protected under DACA.
I couldn't believe my eyes because it says that it was a letter of deportation, that they saw no other credit that they could give me.
Flores and her attorney believe a clerical error may be to blame. Her original deportation letter had the wrong case number on it. After alerting ICE, Stephanie received the same letter. This time it had her case number on it.
One of the Panthers' biggest boys has a big new contract in a home in Carolina for the next 5 years. Panthers defensive tackle K'Wan Short signed a 5-year, $80.5 million deal today. KK has been put under the franchise tag by GM Dave Gettleman while the two sides tried to reach an agreement. Now the 2015 Pro Bowler is getting paid.
You know, you want to put yourself on that pedestal, and that's what you work for. This is what you work for, and you know, just to be able to take care of your family and, you know, be good and, you know, play for a ring. You know, those are the two things that you want.
That family's going to be well taken care of. I will have more on KK Short's huge new deal and the Panthers opening up off-season workouts today. That is coming up later in sports.
Tomorrow marks 2 years since well owners living near Duke Energy's plant in Belmont received letters warning that their water could be unsafe. Residents there are still using bottled water. Duke Energy has until October 2018 to provide permanent clean water to people living within half a mile of the Allen Steam Station, plus 13 more coal ash facilities in North Carolina.
Hasn't 2 years been long enough for us to be dealing with this? When are we going to be able to say this is over? You know, we can go back to a normal life.
A Duke Energy spokesperson says the company is on track to install permanent sources, but didn't give us a timeline for when people living near its Belmont plant will have clean water.
Starting tomorrow, several local hospitals will no longer restrict young visitors because of the flu. The number of flu cases at Carolina's healthcare and Novant Health Systems has dropped significantly, so they're ending the restrictions that have been in place since February. This has been a very deadly flu season in North Carolina. 170 deaths. That is compared to 59 during flu season last year.
The CEO of a Charlotte-based snack company abruptly retires. The effect his announcement is having on the company's stock.
Plus the steps Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools are taking to help thousands of homeless students.
And where a Charlotte woman had a creepy encounter with half a dozen snakes.
Did you know there are more than 3,000 homeless students in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg School District?
CMS has been helping those students under federal law for years, but now wants to make that assistance officially part of local policy as well. The CMS Policy Committee adopted the same federal guidelines today and wants to offer resources to homeless students who are in pre-K, not just K through 12. They're focused on 3 areas: getting homeless students enrolled, giving them and their families access to food and housing resources, and keeping them in what they call their school of origin.
For children who are moving around all the time, school becomes at least their stability. It's a place where I know my teacher, I know the school, I know the routines, I'm going to have breakfast and lunch. There's someone here who knows me and I can go to them. It's not coming in like the new kid constantly over and over, which is very difficult.
The plan now goes to the full school board. The adoption of this local policy will also establish different guidelines for homeless students and kids in foster care.
Shares of Snyder's Lance stock will open lower tomorrow after word the Charlotte-based company's CEO has stepped down. The snack food company's stock lost more than 15% today, closing at just under $34 per share. Investors learned during a conference call this morning that Carl Lee Jr. retired unexpectedly after 12 years with Snyder's Lance. The company also announced it will report lower than expected earnings for the first quarter.
An estimated 21,000 kids and their families joined the first family at the White House today. They posed for pictures with the Easter Bunny and participated in the annual Easter egg roll. The White House dyed 18,000 eggs. The annual event is traditionally spearheaded by the First Lady, but there were some concerns. Melania Trump's staff got off to a late start this year.
I just want to thank First Lady Melania Trump. She's really worked hard on this. She has been working on this for a long time to make it perfect.
The White House egg roll dates back to President Rutherford Hayes' administration in 1878.
A Charlotte woman stumbled upon something pretty scary looking and slithery during her morning commute and her morning jog.
And later on The Edge, that murder video posted on Facebook and described on Facebook Live has once again put social media under the microscope. What do you think? Is social media primarily good or primarily bad? Don't miss The Edge at 10:30.
Oh, boy.
All right. Watch out if you like to jog through Little Sugar Creek Greenway. A local woman posted a picture today showing a ball of water snakes that evidently, I guess, they appear to be mating. I'm not a snake expert.
That is what they do, and it is the proper time of year, apparently. Christine Prophet says she took the photo around 10 this morning in Midtown near the Presley Uptown Luxury Apartments. You know, it's always one of those snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? Oh. Would you just turn around and go the other way?
Yes.
Yeah. Nah, there's no point, even if they're not poisonous.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd stop to take a picture. She was brave.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Panthers sign a big guy to a big new deal. No short money here. Sports is coming up next.
And later on the Edge, what in the world is Cam Newton wearing? I like it. The Panthers QB once again proves how bad he is at blending in. Do you think Cam's latest outfit is fashion forward or a fashion faux pas?
Show me the money. There will be no repeat of last year's franchise tag fiasco for your Carolina Panthers. The team tagged defensive tackle K'Wan Short in the offseason, still hoping to ink KK to a long-term deal. So no replay of that Josh Norman debacle. Short signing a 5-year, $80 million deal today, keeping him with Carolina through 2021, sidestepping any hard feelings.
We had a understanding with each other, so things didn't work out. We went back to the drawing board, and on both sides. So I respect those guys, and patience, man. Patience was the biggest thing, and here we are today.
IG take over.
NFL season will be here before you know it. The Panthers players reported for phase 1 of off-season workouts today. Thomas Davis giving us an inside look, taking over the team's Instagram today. Great to see that guy. Julius Peppers back in the building, gearing up to terrorize QBs. The NFL draft is 10 days away. The Panthers have the 8th overall pick. No game at BB&T Ballpark tonight, but lots of fans came out to see a legend up close and personal. Former Atlanta Brave Chipper Jones stopped in Uptown to sign his new book, Ball Player, this evening. Jones wrote the book with Charlotte resident Carol Rogers Walton to chronicle his 19-year Major League career with Atlanta. Chipper also recalling some fond memories from his minor league days.
Last time I was here, 1993 playoffs, and Richmond Braves against the Charlotte Knights. Some pretty decent players on the field that night. Jim Thome and Manny Ramirez and some of those guys were here.
Knights back at home tomorrow night, 7:05 start with Pawtucket. No limericks, Morgan. I don't do it. Chipper's old team taking on the Padres tonight in Atlanta, that brand new stadium. Jaime Garcia pitching. Adonis Garcia. He's nimble, like a cat. Always lands on his feet. Tied 1-1 in the third. Jared Reaver hangs the curveball. That's what they call a hanging curveball. And Freddie Freeman, come on, crushes it. 2-run shot. Freeman with 2 home runs in the game. But it's Dansby Swanson walking off with a single in the ninth. The Braves win it 5-4. They've won 5 straight. They sweep the series. Things are looking good.
Nice.
The Braves fans like Jonathan here in the studio tonight.
Congratulations, Jonathan.
Thank you guys for watching WCCB News.